Well, Carolina on the road gets a win over Tampa. And even though they had to go to a shootout again, I think this was a lot better than the game they played against Washington. The only issue is that they, I think the first tip in was a little bit of Freddie's fault. The goal that got tipped, I get that it got deflected. Chatfield probably should have made a better play. However, it was 5 hole. It was a softie, in my opinion. But yeah, I think Carolina, like two of the goals, there wasn't anything you could do about. It was a 4 minute power play. The first call I think was a bad call. I don't think Chatfield tripped him. I think Chatfield made a great play with the puck, and the guy just kind of fell after Chatfield jammed the puck loose. I don't think that was a trip. So that was a bad call, but then the high stick was a good call. So Carolina gets a 4 minute 5-on-4 penalty kill, and with Tampa's power play, I mean, it was a huge part of them winning two Stanley Cups and getting to the finals a third year in a row. If you're 4 minutes against that power play, they're probably going to score, and if you don't, that's a major accomplishment. So that was there wasn't anything you could do about that, and not to mention on the other power play goal, it wrapped around, the puck bounced up to the slot when 9 times out of 10 it would have cleared. So the Canes had to completely try and reposition themselves, and Tampa was able to score off of it. That's a goal that happens. I mean, you can't be mad about that. The third goal of the game, trying to remember which one it was. Let me look at who scored that goal here. Bear with me 1 second, boys. Just blanking on what that goal was. Scores. All right. Well, I do remember thinking 2 goals. There's not much you could do about. So I'll just say that. But the Canes come back. I think the first line played well. That third line, man, oh man, did they get going. They were throwing the hits in a heated hockey game. They were getting the scoring chances. I really liked the way the third line played this game, even though it didn't show up on the scoreboard. I think they really did turn the momentum several times in this game, which is what you want from a third line. They're supposed to shut things down and turn things around and get momentum and hit players and wear them down, and tonight they did. Oh, and then the other power play they got, I don't think should have been a power play other time. Technically, it was a cross check, but it's a cross check that happens 100 times. Ross Colton just dove, and the second time, and then later in the game, the little tap that happens all the time. Colton dove. If refs called that every time, then I'd be like, yeah, you can't take that penalty. But if you're doing something that 9 times out of 10 won't get called, and the ref doesn't notice the guy is diving, then yeah, I mean they should have killed the power play off. They didn't. However, they made up for it by getting a shorthanded goal. Brady Shea gets it. He's Hurricane of the game in my opinion tonight with this game. Played absolutely well. I think he was consistent. He laid some big hits. He played well defensively. Didn't get beat wide. I know I said at one point Chatfield should go above Brady Shea in the top four defensive on the top four D spot. But I think Brady Shea did enough tonight to change my mind, and I knew it wasn't going to be permanent. So it is absolutely a why am I stuttering? But yeah, it is like Brady Shea proved me wrong. I knew it was going to be temporary. Brady Shea generally is a better defenseman than Jalen Chatfield. I just think the way Jalen Chatfield has played, that if Brent Pesci, Brent Burns, Slavin, or Shea struggle a little bit, I think Chatfield's played well enough. He can get some nights in top 4D while the other D tries to recover. And Brady Shea, without being put down in top 6, has absolutely recovered, in my opinion. Especially with the game he played tonight. He played very well defensively all game. So, yep, there's that now. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, and then the Hurricanes' second line, which has kind of become the first line, I thought played particularly well. Stastny almost got a point tonight. I think just generally speaking, the Canes scored well. They couldn't get more than 3 goals on Vasilevsky. I mean, Vasilevsky is the best goalie in the world, in my opinion, not always during the regular season, but however, him, Patrick Kane, even Sidney Crosby, Alex Ovechkin, Connor McDavid. No matter how the team's doing, they're gonna steal a couple games in the season, and Carolina got 3 goals on them. You're probably not gonna get 4 on Vasilevsky. But they managed to win in the shootout. I do think they should have won on the power play in overtime. However, they won the game at the end of the day. They got a power play goal earlier in the game. Their power play got some clean break-ins too, which I think was the main reason for their woes, because Carolina can pass and move the puck around on the power play in the offensive zone when they get in. The problem was getting in. They got in, clean their second power play. Absolutely amazing. They passed the puck around and they got a clean break in, and then they fired it to Jarvis wide open in the slot, and he put it in. Just unbelievable hockey in that 20-second span. Just unbelievable. So if Carolina can get the clean break-ins like they did this game, they're good to go. I mean, Carolina just needs to keep trucking along because I haven't always liked how they've played every game. The Flyers game I didn't like. I don't remember. I think it was the Oilers game, but they're still managing to win those games. I think the fact that they're winning this many games, going through a rough patch, really does show that the Hurricanes' ability to win games is there. So that's it for this one. If you guys like the content on the channel, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Click the bell to get notified when I upload. And I'll see you guys later today for the other Hurricanes game. And then I'll just kind of touch on why the other games, the Hurricanes game against Buffalo. Hurricanes Buffalo was blacked out in my area, so I was going to have to wait 48 hours to watch it. And then I got busy on the work nights for the game against Toronto. And then, yeah, it's just like, yeah, I probably will do a rant on issues I have with the NHL coming up soon. But yeah, until then, click the bell to be notified for that video. I'll see you guys later today.